Singapore is a fast-paced, bustling city with an extensive network of public transportation to bring commuters around from every corner of the island. Amidst this fast-paced environment, an unexpected subculture thrives, driven by an unyielding passion for an everyday aspect of city life: buses. The bus enthusiast community in Singapore is vibrant, with pages online like Buses in Singapore garnering 37,000 followers on Facebook. This page is only one of many, run by passionate bus enthusiasts who seek to share their interest in buses. We talked to two bus enthusiasts to learn more about this fascinating community. We first spoke to Adil, a young bus enthusiast and a self-identified bus spotter.
The earliest experience that I can remember which sparked my interest in buses, it's actually, I would say it actually started with trains first. Somewhere in around 2007 or 2008 when I was in K2 or K1. Yeah, so back then the first generation trains on the north-south and east-west line, they were being refurbished. So one of the major changes is the color of the train. You know, there's those white trains last time and now they are all black trains. So as a kid, that made me wonder like, wait, why are these trains changing? So eventually that got me into a game called OpenBVE. It's a train simulator. Then I got into an online community. So through this online community, I started hanging out with more people and then I got into buses at around maybe primary 3 or something, around 2010 or 2011, because that's when a lot of bus services were being introduced as part of BSEP. That's called the Bus Service Enhancement Program. So for every new bus service that I went, I tried to make it a point to attend it on the first day so that I can experience how the bus route is like and how the residents will benefit for them. So from that point onwards, after taking new bus services, whenever one is being launched, I started being more interested in buses and I looked deeper at the bus models, how the bus services are being planned and maybe government policies related to transport. Yeah, so that sparked my interest in bus enthusiasm. Social media is indeed a way for me to log in my bus sightings or what we normally call it as bus spottings with other bus enthusiasts. It started out with Facebook. We have a Facebook group where we share our bus spottings because sometimes a bus model may belong to one service. Let's say, oh, this single deck bus belongs to service 100. But then suddenly that bus goes to service 101 and we don't see it very often. So it really excites us and we do put those bus spottings in a group. We call it cameos, you know, like how celebrities make a cameo in a movie that they are not starring in. Yeah, so those are kind of what we call a special appearance. Sometimes maybe this bus service doesn't have an electric bus, then suddenly, whoa, one day they put it on the other bus service. Yeah, so that's how important social media is as to how we can put in our bus spottings. But nowadays, people are shifting more towards Instagram where they have personal bus photography accounts. Sometimes they make use of the Instagram stories feature to document these special sightings as they happen. Or more prevalently, actually, Discord is the social media platform, I would say, that is trending. Different groups of enthusiasts start their own servers and they send out the invite links to those that they know so that more people can contribute to the stockpile of information and everyone gets to catch this special bus spotting. But then along the way, when I met like-minded people in secondary school, it just so happens that there's around 4 to 5 other people in my cohort who shared the same hobby. So we formed a group together called One Stop Transport. It originally was called SST Public Transport Enthusiasts, but we realized at one point that it was too long and we are not going to be in the same school forever. We knew that for a fact. So that's why we rebranded to One Stop Transport, or what I like to call as OST. In the bus enthusiast community, there are some influencers, and the one I know is Nas Farihin, and we affectionately call him Nas, or Bus Captain Nas. A lot of the younger bus fans used to take his bus when he was still driving under SMRT.
Okay, so hi, my name is Nas and I'm a local bus enthusiast in Singapore. I actually document and spot different types of buses in Singapore, dating back from at least 10 years ago when I joined the community.
Nas has a strong presence in the local bus enthusiast community. Having been featured in articles by the Straits Times and Today, Nas is recognized for his extensive collection of bus memorabilia and turning his passion into a career.
My earliest memory goes back to when I was as young as 5 years old, when I actually spotted buses on the road when I moved to a newer part of Woodlands. So every weekend, I would actually ask my dad to bring me to different parts of the island, from like Boon Lay, Orchard, or maybe as far as Changi Airport, just to experience the bus ride to these locations. The enthusiasm actually just goes on from there to actually find out like what are different types of models and what is actually available in the whole of Singapore. And this was back then when I was young, like 5-6 years old. The hybrid buses actually got recently introduced in recent years, and something that was during the transitional period when they first came out. This one is now in the midst of retiring as of now, and also things from like the old yesteryears where people from Trans Island will probably realize. So 3 different generations, and these opportunities were only made possible because of a local collector. A brand new unit normally can cost up to 5,000-6,000, but since you're letting go at scrap value, I took it at 300, then rewired it up on myself. So it's unique because there are times when I can have house guests, and I can just display messages. Because this is what they normally display on actual buses. So come here, it makes a bit of a nice little Easter egg. National Day. Oh yeah, coming up soon, right? There you go. So since all of these are actually going to end up in the trash, most of the time NGOs actually approach them before they actually dump it in the trash, whether they can bring it home. I mean, we are doing them a favor, so at the same time, it's something for us to keep. So one man's trash is another man's treasure. The social media platform was the main platform where I actually realized that I am not alone in this community. For Facebook, we also use it as actually one of the main platforms to actually communicate with the other bus enthusiasts in the community. Most of the events normally posted by major operators such as SMRT or SBS also go out through social media. So when we know one's about to retire, we actually find a day over a weekend, because most of us are still schooling back then. To find a weekend, we actually went out together as a clique. Then we'll actually just shoot with our equipment. So cross edit at home and probably post it on platforms such as Facebook, or maybe actually even on Flickr, for example. But there are also people who actually invest their time in recording, so they actually focus on posting onto YouTube, and then they'll cross share over to Facebook lah, eventually. If doing your job is similar to doing doing it for your passion, or if your passion is your job, then getting paid is just a bonus.
While Naz and Adil share a common interest in buses, they both take up distinct places in the community. No two bus enthusiasts are the same, and each express their fascination in buses in different ways, creating a vibrant and ever-evolving community of bus enthusiasts in Singapore.